And welcome to another preseason episode of the DuPage Run and Shoot. My name is Patrick Cotto, your host, and today we get a visit from York tight end Hunter Stepanich. Hunter, welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Of course, Hunter. What are you most excited for about getting the opportunity to play varsity football this year?
Well, the biggest difference between sophomore and varsity obviously is like the level of competition. So it's a lot faster paced, better competition, better program, and overall better football. So I'm excited for just having like a higher level of football and then also competing in like the playoffs, because that's also a big difference between sophomore, where the atmosphere is just insane. You have your whole school and you're just playing for the school on your shirt. So
how did the sophomore team do last year?
we did pretty good. Obviously, there are different goals at the sophomore level than the varsity level, where a lot of it's more about like progression and growth at the sophomore level as a team together in the program. But we still did pretty good. We went 7-2, and it was mostly just like getting to know your teammates, getting to know the offense, defense, that kind of stuff. But yeah, we did pretty good.
Taking a look at York, last 2 years, they made it to the state semifinal. A lot of firsts. They also won their first playoff game since 2010 in 2022. How exciting is it to get the chance to compete for a York football team that had great success these last 2 seasons?
Yeah, I'm excited. You know, last year, obviously, I got pulled up for the playoffs, so I was able to see a little bit about like the playoff experience, but I was on scout team, so I was able to prepare our defense, prepare our offense for what we're seeing in the next few weeks. And then I was also on special teams, so I saw the field a little bit, and it was pretty cool, you know, the atmosphere, everything. But this year, I'm excited to be playing tight end and D end, obviously, and then I'm able to make more on-field contributions and make direct plays to affect the game. So I'm excited for that.
What was that experience like, just being with varsity during the playoff run?
Yeah, it was awesome. You know, some of these guys, like even when I was in the youth camps, they were some of the coaches there. So I knew some of them from like that, but being teammates with them, it was awesome. Just practicing with them and just seeing their commitment to the team, it was pretty cool.
So the team last year was pretty much a senior-heavy team. Who's all
Yeah.
back from last year's team?
Yeah, like you said, last year there's a lot of seniors that have been in the program since we started the winning culture with Fitz, and they kind of like left that legacy behind of those 2 playoff runs. And this year we're turning a few guys that were key players on both sides of the ball, and there's also a few sophomores that are going into junior year, stepping up to try to fill those shoes that they left behind and fill that legacy.
Right, and like last year, you had last year you had Sean Winton at quarterback, Luke Mallender, he was a senior last year, if I'm
Yeah.
correct. Who's the likely starting quarterback this year?
This year it's looking like Bruno Massel. He played a little bit of quarterback last year when we got in crunch time, that kind of stuff, or garbage time, where he got in and he's a big running quarterback, so he got in and made some pretty good plays last year. So I'm excited this year for him.
What have you noticed about his gameplay so far during camp?
He's been pretty good. We've been doing a lot of like competition, like I said, with other schools, so he's been getting some good looks against different defenses, and I've obviously been catching some balls from him, and he's been throwing some pretty good balls, reading the defense pretty well, and just making good plays with his legs.
What was your favorite game that you played in last season?
Well, last year in the sophomore season, we had a revenge game against DGN that we lost to freshman year, and we were able to pull out that win, so that was pretty good. But obviously, you can't beat that Loyola game in the state finals or state semifinals. That was awesome. Yeah, we came in a little bit as underdogs, but like we stayed with them, and it was pretty fun. We came in feeling like we were on top of the world with that comeback win against Edwardsville, and we stayed with them the first half, and then eventually they were like pull it out. But the energy, atmosphere, that was all insane. That was definitely my favorite game.
How's the team been looking through camp so far?
Yeah, we're looking pretty good. Like I said, we've gotten a lot of competition and we've been able to see ourselves against matched up against other teams. And so far, I feel like we've been winning a lot of those reps against other teams and obviously against ourselves too. We're just making each other better. First team offense, just first team defense, that kind of stuff. I'm excited for this year.
Team's just coming off a trip from Olivet Nazarene. Hopefully, I said that right.
Yep, all of that Nazarene.
Olivet Nazarene. What was that experience like this week?
Yeah, it was awesome. Like I said, we had a we there was a two other high schools there, so we were able to have like a little not tournament, but like we had like jamboree against them where we were able to get some like just some practice against them, and then we also had practice with ourselves. We've got to see the facilities that got a workout in, and then a lot of team bonding there too. We talked about not only like the physical aspects of football, but also mental aspects like wiping a bad play, core values, that kind of stuff. So it's pretty cool to see that kind of aspect of football.
How has your role changed entering your junior year? Because playing on the sophomore to varsity, that's a pretty big jump.
Yeah, so last year, obviously sophomore year, I was playing a lot of snaps on both sides of the ball. So I was playing like basically every play, and then obviously when I went in to got pulled up for playoffs, I was more scout team, special teams, that kind of stuff. So I got to see both sides of like those kind of players. And then this year, I'm playing tight end and DN again, so I'm playing both sides, and I'm hoping to get a bigger role than last year, obviously, and I'm getting snaps to different personnel groups, different scenarios, that kind of stuff. So I'm excited to step up and make some plays and help the rest of our team.
Which position is your favorite, tight end or defensive end?
I like tight end a little bit more, but I still love DN too. But tight end is probably my first love.
What are the biggest keys to this team for having another successful season?
Well, obviously, it started last year. Like the few weeks after the playoffs ended, it was off season began. We had morning workouts 2 or 3 times a week, sometimes 4 times a week, and we got into off season teams where we just were able to get to know each other a little better, get that working in the weight room, and obviously during the summer. Went a little bit more towards the football where we got pads on, got a little bit more practice reps, that kind of stuff. And then coming off of that Olivet visit, we had more team bonding, got to know everyone even more. And then with that, we were able to build some core values as a team, like commitment, work ethic, discipline. And as long as we stick with those, we should be pretty good.
What are some things that you guys learned from that Olivet Nazarene trip?
Yeah, we talked a lot about, like I said, those core values, whereas as long as everyone follows it and everyone like picks each other up and we follow that work ethic, discipline, character, commitment, positive attitude, that kind of stuff. Oh, the big thing we focused on was earn, never given, which is a phrase which means like basically everything you're working for, you should work for, and nothing's going to be given to you. So
Right.
nothing's just going to be given to you like on a platter where you have to work for everything that you have to earn. And so earn, never given is a big thing we worked on too.
How many players are on the varsity team this year?
Oh, we got a lot. I think there was over 80 players that went to Olivet, and there was a few players that weren't there, so probably 90-ish. Yeah, it's awesome. Even like we were splitting up into a lot of groups with varsity, JV, that kind of stuff on the sideline. So you can just see like even at Olivet, like everyone that was on the field, like there was everyone getting reps in all throughout the field, spacing out the field. It was pretty cool to see everyone getting involved in the program and the varsity levels.
Taking a look at the schedule this year. Obviously, I know you guys are going to take it one game at a time. And, well, that first test is a Glenbrook South team who you beat at their place last year. Now they get to come to your place this year. What are you most
Yeah.
excited for about playing Glenbrook South?
Yeah, I'm excited. Like you said, we have a pretty tough schedule, one game at a time. Glenbrook South this year at our place, obviously, our fans are awesome. They come out to every game, make a big crowd, and that's a huge advantage at home. So hopefully we can repeat like last year and just get the job done, get some momentum going to week 2 and the rest of the season.
Is there a specific team that you always love playing against?
Well, Glenbrook West, I wouldn't say I love playing against them, but I look forward to that game every year just because it's always a defensive battle, always able to just a hard game the entire game. And it's a pretty big rivalry. Last year, unfortunately, it was one of our only losses last year. So hopefully we get a revenge game this year. I'm excited for that.
With the season just about a month away and stuff, are you guys ready for that first game?
I'm excited. I can't wait for that first snap. I've been waiting for that first snap since last year.
Do you play any other sports at York or just football?
Oh yeah, I play football in the fall, and then I also play basketball in the winter and volleyball in the spring. Yeah, we were state runner-ups this year. Again, we lost to Marist in the finals.
How important is it to see other football players contribute in other sports?
Yeah, we had another player on our volleyball team played football, and then there's a few basketball players that played football, and it's pretty cool to see how like it carries over. The things you learn in football carry over to basketball, carry over the volleyball, the physicality, everything like that. It's awesome to see that.
Who's the new head coach this year? Because I know Fitz is at Marist.
Yeah. So Don Gelsomino was our defensive coordinator last year, and he stepped up to be our head coach, and he's still the defensive coordinator. So he's our head coach this year, along with D coordinator, like I said.
What did being around Coach Fitzgerald mean to you?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Obviously, I came into the program as he had already turned around the program a little bit. So I was able to watch him coach a few of our teams as a freshman, as a sophomore last year. I built a pretty good relationship with him last year, and I got to know him during the playoffs and a little bit in the off season. So it was pretty cool.
How's the team feel going into that first game? I know there's still a lot of work to do with practice, but how does the team feel so far?
Yeah, I'm excited. Like I said, we just had a lot of team building this summer. I got to know a lot of the teammates better, especially coming from sophomore onto varsity. I got to know a lot of those incoming seniors a lot better, and just getting like competition during practice, seeing how they like carry themselves on the field, how they give every like 100% to each rep. It's pretty cool. I'm excited.
All right, Hunter. Well, that is all I got for you. Is there anything else you'd like to mention to me?
No, I think I'm good. Just can't wait to keep watching York football this year.
Well, thank you very much, Hunter, for coming on to the show, and thank you everyone for tuning in to another preseason episode of the DuPage Run and Shoot. We will see you next time.